We're here at the City Park in Detroit Lakes, where we have our memorial display up, and the memorial display includes a silhouette representing each individual that lost their lives in Minnesota in the last year due to domestic violence. We've got the name tags on them and the QR code, so you can scan that code and it'll take you to our website where you see more information about not just how they passed away, but what their life was like and who they left behind.
Yeah, this year we have 32 victims plus one unborn child, and we have one silhouette for each victim. Each victim here has a silhouette with their name on it and their photo on the bottom. And we really think that it not only brings awareness to intimate partner homicide, but really is a good reminder that these victims were family members, they were friends, they were people that we Minnesotans knew, and we just wanted to do this event to honor them.
This is the third year that we've done this. It does take a little bit of work to get everything set up. We had a lot of help from staff and my husband to help us put it together. We want to make sure that these silhouettes are maintained, and so we kind of come and check on them regularly and make sure everything is up and as it should be. But we just encourage all of the community members and everyone around the state to come out and check it out and see and honor and remember all those that have passed away. And, you know, as Stephanie said, they were someone's friend, daughter, son, spouse, and they deserve to be memorialized. At Lakes Crisis and Resource Center, we serve victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. We also have a parenting time center and a shelter on site for women who are fleeing domestic violence with their children. Our shelter is unfortunately at capacity almost all of the time, and we typically have to turn people away or find alternative shelter for them because we are at capacity. So the community at large is very good to us, supports us financially, emotionally. They help us get the word out about events like this that can bring so much awareness to the community and show the impact that we can have by trying to prevent instances like this. You know, a lot of the work we do is in supporting victims, but we also want to prevent as much as possible as well. So if we can bring awareness to the needs in our community and the surrounding areas, that makes such a difference.
So when you first get to the memorial display, we want you to grab at the beginning, grab one of these booklets, the Break the Silence Memorial booklet. And inside this booklet, it will give you a little paragraph about each victim. And you can learn about who they were, what happened to them, and some of the things they might have liked doing or what they did for work. You really get to know each one of the victims, and it makes the display even more impactful.
And in the booklet and on our website, we try to focus not so much on who was responsible for taking their life, but who they were as a person and what they meant to their families and their own communities as well. There are a couple victims who are memorialized here who weren't actually part of the relationship, but instead were innocent bystanders who tried to help. One of them was a neighbor who the child of the victim ran to their neighbor to go get help, to ask to call 911, and they were then shot as kind of collateral damage, almost, as horrible as that sounds. But there's also a couple here that were children where the father actually murdered the ex-wife, the wife, and two sons as a means of basically punishing the mothers. We have another 2-year-old. The father was going to shoot the mother, and as the child ran towards the father, he shot her, and she was only 2 years old. So what can you do to help? Be aware of your surroundings. If you witness something, say something. Don't be afraid to ask someone if you suspect that someone is in an abusive relationship. Ask if there's anything you can do to help. Report what you see to law enforcement. And speak out about events like this. It just helps educate the community. It's not only memorialized, but it can also, like I said, educate anyone who comes and experiences this.
I'm just going to give you a few examples of some of the silhouettes we have here. For instance, we have Lyle. Lyle was 62. He lived in Brainerd. He was fatally shot on November 1st, 2024, after intervening in a domestic violence incident. A neighbor was experiencing abuse and sexual assault at the hands of her boyfriend, and when she sent her children to Lyle's house to get help, tragically, Lyle was shot when he arrived at the scene. He was a hero, a father, a friend to all, willing to give the shirt off his back. He is survived by his wife, Lois, 3 children, and several grandchildren. And here we have Damara Kirkland. She was 35, and she lived in St. Paul. She, along with her unborn child, were shot and killed by her ex-husband on October 19th, 2024. Damara had a passion for basketball, enjoyed coloring and doodling, and loved music. She dreamed of becoming a mother one day. Her family describes her as sweet, kind, and compassionate, always protective of them, and they say her child would have been truly loved and she would have been a great mother. The victims that we're memorializing here today have all been killed because of intimate partner homicide between September 2024 and August of 2025. So all of these victims within the last year. And now I would like to highlight Kinsley. She was 2 years old. She was shot and killed inside of her home in Minneapolis on June 9th, 2025 by her father, who then killed himself. Kinsley and her mom were held hostage in their home. Kinsley's mom reported that he had said he was going to make sure that the mom lived in misery the rest of her life without the baby girl. Kinsley was running to get a hug from her father when he shot her. Kinsley was described as a beautiful angel who was always happy, and as young as she was, she made a difference in a lot of people's lives. She could cheer anyone up. Here we have Sam Nordquist. He was 24 and he was from Oakdale, Minnesota. Sam died in New York on February 13th, 2025, following extensive physical and psychological abuse inflicted by 7 individuals. Sam traveled to New York to meet his girlfriend. A few months after his arrival, Sam reached out to a local service agency, expressing that his girlfriend was controlling him, and he began to make an escape plan. After his family gradually lost contact with him and made several requests for welfare checks, the police ultimately discovered his body. Sam's mom says he had a heart of gold and wouldn't hurt anyone. Sam leaves behind his parents, siblings, nieces, nephew, and many other family members and friends.
Stephanie and I would like to encourage everyone to come out and experience the memorial, honor these individuals and their families who are missing their loved ones terribly. Take a brochure and read about them. Go to our website and learn more about how each individual lived and what their story was, and not just how they died.
If you know someone that's experiencing domestic violence, have them give us a call. We have a 24-hour crisis hotline at 218-847-7446.
And if you'd like to support Lakes Crisis and Resource Center and help ensure that we can continue serving others, We would always accept donations. You can come visit us at 1339 Pelican Lane, or you can also donate online at our website, which is lakescrisis.com.